Have you ever gotten the feeling that someone might care about you far more than they're willing to admit? Maybe their behavior keeps shifting, warm one moment, distant the next. Maybe their eyes linger, or maybe they avoid you entirely. It leaves you wondering, what's really going on beneath the surface? Psychology reveals something fascinating. When a person is suppressing their emotions, those hidden feelings almost always leak out through small, involuntary behaviors. They may try to stay composed. They may try to act neutral. But the human mind has a way of revealing the truth anyway. Today, we're going to break down 6 powerful subconscious signs that someone is quietly battling their feelings for you. These cues are subtle, but once you learn to notice them, they paint a very clear picture. Pay close attention, because people who hide their emotions usually express them the loudest through their silence, their hesitation, and their contradictions. Let's begin. 1. Their eyes give away the conflict. When someone is struggling with growing feelings, their eyes are often the first place where the truth slips through. You'll notice 2 extremes. They either avoid your gaze completely, or they hold it far longer than a normal interaction would call for. Both behaviors come from the same internal struggle. Why they avoid eye contact? Avoiding your eyes is usually an attempt to protect themselves. They're trying not to reveal how much you affect them. Looking at you feels too vulnerable, too intimate, so they look away quickly, almost reflexively. Why they stare a little too long? On the other hand, someone fighting their feelings often ends up looking at you with a kind of hesitant longing. They may hold your gaze a second too long, as if searching for something. A sign, a confirmation, a moment of courage. And then, right before that moment becomes too revealing, they break the connection. A classic example: you glance at them during a conversation, and instantly, they dart their eyes away. Later, you catch them staring at you, and this time, they don't look away immediately. Their gaze lingers, soft, conflicted, before they finally blink and look elsewhere. That lingering look is not random. It's a subconscious sign of emotional attachment. 2. They tease you more than anyone else. Teasing is one of the most misunderstood signs of hidden feelings. It's playful, it's lighthearted, and it's safe. When someone is fighting their emotions for you, teasing becomes a way to get close without exposing their vulnerability. It allows them to bond with you without actually saying anything serious. What this teasing looks like: gentle jokes, exaggerated sarcasm, playful challenges, silly nicknames, mock disagreements, light verbal nudges. What's important is who they tease. They don't interact with everyone this way. They reserve this style of communication specifically for you. Why teasing happens? Teasing becomes a shield. It lets them flirt without admitting anything. It gives them emotional closeness without feeling exposed. It allows them to interact with you in a warm, energetic way, while still pretending it's all just a joke. It's a blend of affection and self-protection. Teasing is rarely ever just teasing. It's often a safer version of saying, "I like you, but I'm not ready to admit it." 3. They get jealous in small, subtle ways. Jealousy, even when it's hidden, is one of the clearest indicators of suppressed emotions. Someone fighting their feelings might appear uninterested on the surface, but watch closely. Their energy shifts. How subtle jealousy shows up. Their mood changes when you mention someone else. They suddenly go quiet. They make small, dismissive remarks about the person you're talking about. They act unusually curious about who you spend time with. They compare themselves subtly, without meaning to. A common example: you casually mention someone you admire, and instantly they highlight something impressive about themselves. Not in an obvious way, but in a quiet, just so you know sort of tone. They're not trying to show off. They're trying to quietly compete, to remind you of their value, without ever admitting why they care so much. Why jealousy appears. Even if they try to hide it, the heart reacts before the brain catches up. Jealousy is the emotional slip, the feeling they can't fully suppress. It means they care more than they want to admit. 4. They remember the details. others forget. When someone secretly cares about you, their mind stores information about you automatically. Not purposely, not consciously. It just happens. They remember your little preferences, your casual stories, the things you mention once and never bring up again. Examples of what they remember. Your favorite drink, how you like your food, the places you want to visit. The real meaning behind your expressions, small quotes or phrases. You use dates or moments that matter to you, personal preferences you barely mentioned. Why this happens? Emotional investment heightens attention. You become important. And because you matter, every detail about you becomes meaningful. They might pretend they don't care, but their memory betrays them. When someone recalls a tiny detail from weeks or months ago, it's because they've been paying attention, closely, consistently, and without realizing it. That level of attention comes from the heart, not the mind. 5. Their body language exposes what their words hide. No matter how controlled someone tries to be, body language always leaks emotion. When a person is holding back feelings, their body often reveals the truth long before they're ready to say anything. Typical signs of subconscious attraction. They lean in when you speak. Their torso or feet angle toward you. They mirror your movements without noticing. They fidget or adjust their clothing around you. Their breathing changes slightly. They touch their face, hair, or neck when you're near. These cues show emotional tension, the kind that happens when someone wants to be close but is trying to stay composed. Leaning in, people lean toward what they desire. If they repeatedly move closer to you, even slightly, it's not random. Mirroring. When someone mirrors your gestures, posture, tone, or rhythm, they're subconsciously aligning themselves with you. It's one of the purest signs of connection. Nervous movements. Fidgeting is a sign of emotional excitement. They want to impress you, and their body struggles to hide the effort. Body language is loud when the mouth stays quiet. 6. Their behavior becomes hot and cold, a powerful sign of inner conflict. Perhaps the most confusing sign, and also one of the strongest, is inconsistency. They're warm with you one day and distant the next. Deep conversations one moment and avoidance the moment after. This push and pull behavior is almost always rooted in emotional conflict. Why this happens? They're torn between two forces. 1. What they feel, and 2. What they fear. They want closeness, but they fear getting hurt. They enjoy connection, but they're scared of vulnerability. They want to open up, but something inside tells them to hold back. So they swing between the two. Common hot and cold patterns. They text you often, then disappear. They have deep conversations, then pretend they don't remember them. They show affection, then suddenly act neutral. They initiate plans, then pull away. This inconsistency doesn't mean they don't care. It means they care too much, and it scares them. Their heart wants to move forward, but their mind hits the brakes. That internal tug-of-war creates emotional whiplash, not for manipulation, but because they're overwhelmed by their own feelings. Have you noticed these signs? Here's what it means. If you're seeing several of these behaviors in someone around you, there's a strong chance they're fighting their emotions for you. But hidden feelings don't always come from lack of interest. Often, they come from past heartbreak, fear of rejection, uncertainty about the future, fear of misreading the situation, emotional wounds that haven't healed. Suppressed emotions are complicated, full of desire and fear at the same time. Your best approach. Be patient. Let them unfold at their own pace. Avoid pushing. Avoid demanding clarity before they're ready. Instead, create moments of safety, moments where honesty feels possible. And if you feel brave, give them small reasons to stop fighting what's already growing between you. Sometimes all a person needs is a little reassurance to stop resisting something real. Hidden feelings don't stay hidden forever. They show up in the hesitation in someone's voice, in the way their eyes behave, in their silence, in their subtle jealousy, in their nervous laughter, in all the tiny ways they treat you differently from everyone else. The mind can suppress emotion, but the heart always finds another way to speak. If you learn to read these quiet signs, you'll begin to understand the emotions that people are too afraid or too unsure to say out loud. Human connection is complex, but the signals are always there for those who know how to see them. And once you can see them, you'll never again wonder whether you matter. Because the truth was in their behavior the entire time.